Anyways, I'd like to talk to you about Christian action. My name is Preston McNutt. People that don't know me, I'm a bodybuilder and I'm a fitness influencer off of TikTok. And I make motivational stuff, trying to get people closer to Christ, get people to the gym, or just really just working out, any kind of favorite thing that you like to do. But the question I want to ask, so kind of like what Caleb was talking about with us going out and hanging out with friends and keeping us distracted from all the things going on in our life. We go home and then we lay in bed and all the thoughts and everything that we've been trying to distract ourselves from, they sink back into us. And no matter how many times we're willing to try to keep it away from us, all we do is just overthink everything. I mean, I'm the worst overthinker. All I do is, what if this happens? What if that happens? But we can't think about that, all right? But if y'all are feeling depressed, if y'all are feeling anxious, worried, anything, y'all just need to learn to just stop thinking and just give it all to God. For He's saying, I love you, and reaching out His hand, all y'all have to say is, I love you too, and take it. So, I've had lots of personal experiences with this, and March was a really rough month. So, first week of March, as I'm a bodybuilder, so I was talking to somebody, and it turned out to be an AI. So I sent them pictures of what I look like, and they ended up turning the pictures into pretty explicit pictures. And they got, the law enforcement and FBI, and it was a pretty serious matter. And every single day going to school, I was just really embarrassed. Every single time I left home, I was just scared that I was never going to be able to come back because of all the, trafficking that's going on and all the horrible things that's going on in the world. And I know it happens to lots of other people, and even not for that occasion, everybody thinks about, why me? How come there's all these bad people in the world, but you say to yourself, why me, out of all people? So, out of those pictures, I remember we had our regional powerlifting meet coming up, and I remember having to go judge one a week before that, and I just had a voice tell me, Preston, go home. Don't stay and judge at the meet, go home. And Plainview, Texas, it never snows down there. All of a sudden, it just started heavy snowing. I mean, I don't know if that was a sign or what it was, but I went home and I heard another voice that said, go inside and hug your mom, hug your dad. And I went and did exactly that, and everything got so much better. Everything went away, and everything was just perfect. So then a week later, my grandpa got sick with cancer, and he passed away. And, like I said, why me? Everything's happening to this, building up. Everything's going good. I thought I just fixed it, but all of a sudden, it's broken down again. And I've never gone through a family loss before, so it was pretty rough, especially trying to get ready for state powerlifting. So trying to come back from that, we had to go to one of our practices. And for those that, if y'all know, seen powerlifting or whatever, but you put on these stupid tight suits that make you turn purple, literally. And I'm a pretty heavy lifter, and I was barely able to get 300 pounds. And for some of them, I seem a lot, but for me, that is absolutely terrible. So I just, I literally went home, and my parents remember me just crying, just because I was so scared, because I did not think, after all of this, why is this doing it to me? So come powerlifting meet, 6 o'clock in the morning, I ended up winning that regional meet with 500-pound squat, 300-pound bench press, and 505-pound deadlift. 200 more pounds, everything that I thought more. I remember just asking God to just help me, and He blessed me. And I remember I could just feel my presence of my grandpa just sitting there with me, and I put everything what I had on there with me. So, you just sitting there and maybe feeling sad, maybe feeling, you're asking, how come all this stuff is happening to me? It's not just you, it's also happening to everybody else. And we just have to be here as a community and help each other out. And we just gotta ask God, we gotta keep on asking Him, help me. Just help me through all the stuff that's been going on. And no matter how many times you're scared to ask Him, He's the person who already knows what's gonna happen next. He's the one who already knows what you're gonna say. He just needs a confirmation that you want Him in your life. So instead of going at night and just trying to distract yourself, either turning on the TV or just scrolling through TikTok, texting your friends, just trying to find something to distract you from your problems. When you wake up, the problems are still going to be there. So why not take 30 minutes every single your night, or just 5 minutes, just something simple, and just say a prayer to God every single night. and just asking him, God, please stay with me. Just keep me safe, and no matter what goes on, I know you'll always be there for me. And God is strongest at your weakest moments. When you feel at your weakest and you feel like you're about to give up and ready to end it all, he's going to pick you up, but only if you ask him. He's going to be there for you. So, like I said, it's going to be nice and short, and I'm going to end us off in a prayer. So, bow yourself to me. Dear God, thank you for this opportunity for all of us coming out to this camp. And I pray that tonight you just open all of our hearts and souls to you, Lord. And that you just fulfill us and you get rid of all those worry moments, all those depressing moments, all those sad moments where we're alone and we're crying on the inside. And we feel lonely. We just feel that lonely feeling and anxious that nobody's going to be there for us. But we have you, Lord. You're saying I love you, and you're reaching your hand out for us. All we have to do is grab it and say, I love you too, and pick us back up. Just help us tonight and help us be there for each other, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.